What's going on, guys and girls? My name's Pharaoh, and welcome to Season 2 of the Critical Continental Cup. Oh, baby, I'm excited for this. I'm so friggin' hyped. So, we've done our draft, we've picked our teams, and matches are coming up real soon. Before I jump into my first match, though, I thought I would give a rundown of how my draft went and introduce you to the team I've got for Black Country Bearticks in this season. It went a little off the rails, but I still think I'm happy with my team. You'll see at the top we've got clean slate, no mons showing, so let's run down them one by one. First up, I wasn't quite sure what power I wanted on the team, so I thought I'd go support to begin with, and I picked up Morgrim. Morgrim is an absolute fantastic prankster user. Now, it's not as, you know, good, to be honest, as its Big Daddy in Grimmsnarl, but I still like it. It holds Eviolite really well. Obviously, it gets Fake Out as well, and can actually put out a reasonable amount of damage, but more so that Eviolite, if we go back to that, this means that it sticks around. You know, it doesn't just have 1 or 2 turns of doing a move or a setup. You can actually have it stay on the battlefield for a little bit, which can be annoying for opponents. Next up, still sticking with that support theme, I picked Rabombi. Rabombi is fast, and that's key here. It's a brilliant tailwind setter in my mind, and that speed control is going to make huge amounts of difference. On top of that, it gets healing moves with Pollen Puff, and all in all, I think it could really be an asset to my team, so I'm excited to try out Rabombi. After that, some of the good Pokemon were starting to be picked by this point, and I was like, right, okay, need to get on that power train. So I picked up Gyarados. No one can tell me Gyarados isn't good. Gyarados is absolutely great. It's just beef and brawn shoved into the body of a giant water dragon. It's fantastic. And, you know, having an Intimidate user on the team, really going to make a difference. Then, once you've got water, you want to go for a little fire. So I've picked up Magmar. Now, Magmar is a second Eviolite user, and if I learned one thing last season, having 2 Pokemon that want to use Eviolite is a nightmare, but I thought it was worth it on this occasion. So Magmar also gets Follow Me, which, having a redirection Pokemon that holds Eviolite is fantastic. On top of that, getting Flame Body means that you can drag the Pokemon into you, and they can end up burning themselves for you. Even better. It's also faster than Magmortar, and it still has decent power in its special attack stat. So yeah, happy with this. Now, by this point, I was playing with fire a little bit, in that I probably should have picked an S-tier Pokemon by now. I wanted Metagross. I'll be straight up honest, that's who I wanted. But only, like, other than me, 2 other people had S-tier picks left. And I was thinking, you know what? I can get greedy here. I can leave it. And then Metagross pick goes. I'm sad at this point. Because now all my plans are thrown out of the water, and I'm just like, okay, I need to start picking up the mons I want. So the Pokemon I wanted probably most after Metagross was Roserade. Roserade is brilliant. The speed and power of this thing is phenomenal. And when I say power, I mean talking about special attack, which is probably better this season with the lack of Dynamax. Just because, you know, things... I don't know, I feel like you're going to get intimidated a lot. That's just my take on it. I might be wrong, who knows. But yeah, happy with Roserade. It does a lot of things that grass Pokemon normally do. You know, your Leech Seed, your Sleep Powders, which is great. But having that fast, powerful Pokemon as well. I'm going to say fast. It's base speed 90, but that's honestly good enough compared to a lot. Then, because I was starting to worry, well, not worry, but be undecided, I should say, about what to pick up. The only other one that I knew I wanted at this point was Altaria. Altaria was one that I thought I could leave until the end. I was obviously wrong and picked it up sooner, but that's because I didn't know what else I wanted at this point. I was doing some crazy calculations and checking over stats. I'd really gone into the tank during draft, but I knew I wanted Altaria, and so I thought, sure, okay, pick it up now. Without that Dynamax that I mentioned, Cloud9 is going to be great because it's just going to shut down weather strats, and weather is going to be hugely powerful, to put it bluntly. So Altaria I knew I wanted, and to be honest with you, its overall stats are fine too. Having that good dragon type is great, and yeah, I'll see what it can do for me. Then I got Mudsdale. Now Mudsdale was way off the cards. Never thought about this to begin with. But as I was trying to work out what, raw power I needed on the team, I realized that ground is a great offensive type. And having stab ground, I thought could be hugely beneficial to the team. Now, granted, it's a bit slow, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Having a Pokemon that can work in Trick Room is great because it means your opponents have to consider it if that's what they want to set up. On top of that, defense is huge, so love it. Mudsdale for you. Of course, my brain starts thinking at this point, if we've got a slow Pokemon, maybe I should be setting up Trick Room myself. Now, this was dumb. I'll be the first to admit it. This was where I went wrong, and I started looking for Pokemon that could learn Trick Room. The one I came up with was Orbeetle. Now, Orbeetle is a good Pokemon, okay? It's bulky, it's got a bit of power behind it, it's quick as well, but ultimately I shouldn't have started looking at setting up a Trick Room team. That wasn't great. Like, I love the Pokemon Orbeetle, I just don't think it necessarily is right for the team composition, but I'm not unhappy to have it. So I've got Orbeetle and I've got Mudsdale, and so I'm starting to think, do I want to go for more Trick Room? But in the end, because there was still one other person to pick an S tier on, I was like, no. Okay, need to pick up that S tier now. I wanted Metagross because Steel is such a great type to have, and so I was looking down what other Steel types there were, and there was two. There was Corviknight, hey, speak of the devil, and there was Duraludon. Corviknight, I just wasn't fully sold on. I don't know, there was something about it that I thought, as good as it is, I don't know as it's quite where I want to be with this team. I'd already got a lot of physical power as well with Mudsdale and Gyarados, and I thought something special attacking could help round it out a bit. It's especially weak defensively, but other than that, I think the stats on Duraludon are great. The typing, I think, is pretty damn good as well. You know, the Steel taking out the Fairy weakness to Dragon, all sorts of things going for it. So I'm excited to be playing with Duraludon. Finally, needed to get one last Pokemon from the B tier, and I mentioned that Trick Room, and this is what my head kept on going back to. Now, I don't know if that was right or not. In fact, I probably think it was wrong if I'm being completely honest. But I was looking at the slow Pokemon, and so I grabbed Dusknoir. Dusknoir is solid. The speed works really well in Trick Room. You know it's going last, but it's still good enough. It's so fat and bulky that it's going to stick around till the end of turn, even if it's not set up in Trick Room. Plus, it can set its own, so that's something to bear in mind. Definitely don't need that Orbeetle if I do want to be running it. And yeah, that's the team. All in all, I'm happy with how this came out. I think I need to learn lessons about prioritizing what I'm picking. I missed out on some really good Pokemon I wanted. As I mentioned, the Metagross. I was thinking about Arcanine as well, but I didn't pick that up soon because that's really good and went almost right off the bat. And so, yeah, definitely lessons learned for next draft. But that's not till season 3, and we've got all of season 2 to go here. So I'm happy to have this team with me. I'm excited to see what it can do. If we throw them up at the top, bang, there we go. And yeah, we'll see what comes our way. Excited to start jumping into matches with this team and really start abusing some of the power that I've got, because I do think I've got some good power along with great support as well. Um, yeah, but those matches are coming up real soon. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope to see you when I'm throwing down against my first opponent, which is Kanto Clark and the Philadelphia Politoads. All right, take care, everyone. Bye for now.